Hi, students. Here I am, Miss Schlegel, with art project number 14. This is a pretty simple project, and I'm actually teaching you a skill and a technique. I know I did a snowman this year, but I thought I'd choose a snowman to demonstrate how to use shading or value in artwork to make things look three-dimensional or real, okay? Now, if you look at this snowman, I'm going to move it up a little bit. Because I used shading or value, it's the same thing. We can use two words. This snowman looks round. His buttons look round. His scarf looks real. And so does his broom. Okay? Now I'm going to show you how to do this. This was done with colored pencils. Okay? Another thing you're going to notice about this is proportion. We've talked about that a lot in the past. Proportion is making sure that things are the right size in order for your art to look correct. Now, the head is the smallest. The belly part is the middle size. And then down here is the biggest size. Okay? That is how a snowman looks. And if you notice, I did not make the carrot too big for the face. The arms are in proportion to the body, so they don't look too big or too small. All right? And the same with the broom. The broom is the right proportion for the size of the snowman. Okay? Everybody understand what I'm talking about? Now, I'm going to show you how to do this on a blank snowman. Okay? Now, I used the color blue because, of course, blue is a cold color and it makes us feel chilly. Snowmen really aren't blue, but in this case, I wanted to show you how to shade the snowman to make him look round. So, if you look, let me just show you this again. If you look at this picture, you'll notice the light areas are all on the same side. The glove, the snowman's three sizes here, the buttons, and the scarf, and the hat, as a matter of fact. That's because the sun or the light source is over here. So the light is coming down here and reflecting on the snowman. Now, the farther away it goes from the light source, the darker it's going to get because there's lack of light over here. Does everybody understand that? The sun or the light source is here, probably the sun, and it's reflecting off of the snow on the snowman, and as the light gets less, it becomes darker. Okay? Now I'm going to show you how to do that. We start out, since the light source is over here, this area over here is going to be the lightest. And also, there's going to be a shadow underneath each overlap of snow. For example, this one here, the head is on top of the belly part. So there's going to be a little bit of a shadow where the scarf is, right in here, because of the scarf. Just a little bit, kind of like this. Now, boys and girls, I'm not going to be able to color this whole thing in because that would take too long. So I'm just going to point out key things that you should know. Okay, we already talked about the light source. Now we're talking about where things overlap. Down here, the belly overlaps the bottom part of the snowman, which means there's going to be a little bit of a shadow where they meet. And if you notice, I'm not pressing real hard because these are soft colored pencils. Okay, and try to stay in the lines, okay? Now, as you get away from the overlap, it's going to get lighter, but not real light, because now we have a glove here, and there is a shadow from the glove or the hand of the snowman, okay? Now, the light source is over here, so over here, what's going to happen? This is going to be the darkest. So I'm going to outline it. And then I'm going to use a heavy hand, press a little harder to make it darker. Don't have to press real hard because, like I said, these are soft colored pencils. They have a lot of color in them. They're good ones. And you don't have to press real hard. Now, if you notice, as I come closer to the light source or the sun, I'm not going to press as hard, and I'm going to make the color a little bit lighter. So as I color, it's getting lighter, and that's because I'm not pressing as hard as I was before when I was doing the dark part. Okay? This is not a hard thing to do. I know you guys can do this because we went over this last year. And another thing I want to bring to your attention, if you notice, I'm coloring in kind of a roundish way to make the circle look circular. So I am coloring in a circular manner. It's almost like a half circle. I'm not going to color up and down because that doesn't give you any dimension. The snowman is round. Okay? And I'm also going to blend in my overlap here at the top. I didn't forget about that. Okay? And as we get closer to the light source, what is happening? I am coloring much lighter. I'm not as pressing as hard, and I'm keeping my strokes light. And I'm still coloring in a circular motion, kind of a half circle. Now, I'm going to move over here. This is the back of the snowman. So this is going to be a little darker. But right in this area here, boys and girls, it's going to be almost white or white. I'm going to leave it white, as a matter of fact. Still using my half circle movement. You can outline this too if you want. It always looks nicer when you outline with a colored pencil. And don't color over the broom, okay? Okay, does everybody see how I did that? Now, how I'm barely pressing on the colored pencil right now to get those light shades. Okay? Now that is a real quick demonstration on how to shade. And I'm going to do one of the buttons for you. First, I'm going to outline it. My light source, I'm going to do a circle around it, is right there. So I'm going to color it in. And then I'm going to fade in with a light hand around the light area. I'm not going to press as hard. And then you have a button that looks like it's round and three-dimensional. Okay? The carrot. It's going to be lighter or darker up here, and we're going to make it lighter under here. That's just how I chose to do it. You could do it however you want. If you want to put the dark area down here, you can, but this is the way I'm going to do it. And now I don't hardly press at all, and now my carrot looks round. Okay? Now, when you're all done, this is what it's going to look like. Okay? The arms are brown because they're supposed to be trees or twigs, branches, whatever. The handle of the broom is brown, and I put straw in the top of the broom so that I added yellow, like a darker yellow and a little bit of brown strokes to make that straw. And I used a purple, because it's a cool color, around the mitten, and then red for the hat and scarf. All right? I hope you learned something today. Remember, shading or value makes something look three-dimensional. And it's not that hard to do. There's always a light source. And as you move away from the light source, your item gets darker. Keep that in mind, okay? Proportion. Everything looks the right size to make the item look real. And then look at the shapes we've used. Circles, ovals, lots of shapes in art. Okay? Well, I enjoyed this project, doing this project with you, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.